What is up? Welcome back to Bleach Boys. As always, we have more Bleach Rebirth of Souls news. Halibel is in the game, which bodes incredibly well for Stark.
That's
bodes
exactly
really,
what I was
really
about
well.
to say.
There was so much Bleach Soul Resonance news that has come out with so many new trailers, so many new first looks, so many new images. The mobile game still looks incredible, so there's some of that to talk about. There's more Klub Outside questions, which both of them are kind of poo-poo garbage, but we'll talk about them. Kubo is interviewing, or I guess auditioning, to be a voice actor now.
Interesting.
He has had multiple different auditions at this point, and he shared that he's very nervous about it, but he's having a lot of fun. We'll talk about that as well. There is a Bleach 20th anniversary art collection coming to New York, which weirdly enough, Jose, is the same art collection that we saw when we went to LA and we went to the Bleach screen with the metal frames and stuff like that, with new images, with one of them being this image right behind us here on the set. So they have new frames, new images to show off as well. We have I actually have one question from the Discord where somebody wants to know who would win in a fight, Ulquiorra or Asnot, which is an interesting thing to think about. And of course, we have a couple of Seireitei Times. Pythes has a couple of more Zanpakuto to go over from the Discord. And then I went back in time and I thought this would be interesting because I was thinking about this earlier. What is the first Klub Outside questions that were ever asked? The very first ones, like when the fan club started, like what were the first ones? I have collected the first 4, and I think you guys will be very surprised what they are. So that is what we're going to be covering today. Thank you guys for joining us. Let's kick it off with Rebirth of Souls. Bleach Rebirth of Souls has confirmed Halibel is in the game, which is anybody shocked? Now, there is one teensy little bit of drama with this. Have any of you guys seen the drama with the character?
No, I have not.
It is the censored version of Halibel.
So she's got
it is the anime design, which is fine, right? We're fine with that. We're happy with that. It's understandable that design of Halibel from the manga, obviously gorgeous, but
too sexy.
You can see why they would tone that down, specifically for the rating of the game. I think dial that back a little bit. But she's got a couple of cool moves. So one of the things that I thought was really cool with her is obviously she starts fighting with that little short sword.
Yeah.
And then as part of her awakening, one of the big things that they talk about for the description is that she changes from a dagger to a long sword, which obviously it changes all of her reach in the game. So she goes from being like a short-range fighter to a mid-range fighter.
Oh, because she's got the giant T-wood on thing, right?
Yep. So that's her awakening. Then they showed almost no gameplay of her awakening. Like they showed the awakening and then the trailer stopped. I was like, oh, what the fuck? But she has a couple of moves here. She has a aura gauge. So I guess she just accumulates aura throughout her fight, which she's Piccolo at this point. It says when Halibel's attacks land on the opponent, when the gauge accumulates over 50%, the attacking power increases and the performance of each move will be enhanced. The gauge will gradually decrease when an attack doesn't land for a certain amount of time. So it seems like you keep up the combos, you're going to keep doing more damage, but when you start getting hit, the gauge will go back down and then you have to fill it back up again. Speaking of really quick, have you guys keeping up with Dragon Ball Daima?
No, I actually haven't.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, but I heard the news.
I haven't either, but they have adapted Super Saiyan 4 officially, Jose.
It's canon.
What?
Yep, it is canon. It is.
Wait, for Daima? But I thought Daima wasn't canon.
Daima is canon. Daima is the last thing that Toriyama worked on before he died.
No way.
Yep, and that was like his baby. Like he was working on that, like super dedicated. And that's
doesn't everyone get turned into a child or something?
So yes, Jose. So everybody gets turned into like a chibi version of themselves. So this episode will come out when the episode's been a few days old. So I think it's okay to spoil it. So in the last week's episode, Goku went chibi mode, Super Saiyan 4. This episode that just came out, I think today, they got their main bodies back, so they're adults, like regular drawings now, and he went Super Saiyan 4 again.
Damn, does he look like the one from GT?
He does, with some changes, like the color palette's a little bit different. Okay. One of the cool things that they did from the clips that I've seen is the way that he runs while he's in Super Saiyan 4 is like a monkey.
Oh, so he's doing like
that
like that knuckle thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really fucking cool.
Oh,
really cool.
Okay, I need to catch up on all of that now.
I have not watched any of it. I have somebody at my work who's been watching Daima, and he's like a huge Dragon Ball fan. And he was like, it's good. Like, because it's like Dragon Ball, but it's like you can kind of tell, this is him explaining it to me. It's like you kind of tell that it's kind of like their attempt to get more kids into it. Like,
oh, I see. So it's a little bit more
because they have to make him chibi, you know. And he's like, it's still good. If you're a Dragon Ball fan, you'll still like it. He came into work when that episode came out. Oh, my God. He was like so excited.
Okay.
He was like, it's incredible. I was like,
I
okay,
love
all
that.
right. And then I started seeing all the clips on Twitter. I saw all the clips today on Twitter about it as well. Also, Vegeta goes Super Saiyan 3. First time ever in that show.
No way. Wait, is he chibi or is he
chibi? Chibi, but first time ever that he officially goes Super Saiyan 3.
So at least we know he could do it in adult form now.
And basically Vegeta says like, what, you think I couldn't do it? Like that's
true. That's true.
Cool. Just remind me what we're talking about.
Is Daima just like a remake of GT? Are they just trying to do it over?
I kind of seems like that. Like this is like Toriyama is like, okay, I'm gonna take the GT and just canonize it officially.
That's still really cool though, because Super Saiyan 4 was so cool.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's the only thing I care about in Dragon Ball currently. Super Saiyan 4 being the best.
That's when we saw Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I think, right?
Oh, I lost my mind.
Yeah.
Now, do you think we'll get the Shadow Dragons?
So it's weird because my understanding is that this is episode 19 that they're doing this.
Damn, already?
But so you would assume, being episode 19, that they're probably wrapping up, but they still have like 5 episodes at least, right? For like a 24 episodes double season. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you what the storyline is in Dragon Ball Daima. I have no idea.
I'm excited. I'll probably watch it once it's complete.
Okay, well, that just reminded me with Aura, and the king of Aura farming is Piccolo. So spiritual pressure move number 1 that Halibel has is called Ola Azul. And it's a long-range attack that charges the spiritual pressure to the blade and then fires it. The damage is not great, but is useful to accumulate the aura gauge to keep foes at bay from a distance. So that's like one of your distance moves while you have the dagger out.
Oh, okay, so nice.
Oh, that's going to be a dick move.
Yeah.
So basically someone's going to finally get close enough to you, and you're just going to shoot him backwards. It's going to be like, God damn it.
This is going to be the anti-Pythes move.
And then spiritual pressure move number 2 is literally just titled, I'll Show You. And it says a triple strike combo move that executes a large rising slash. The aura gauge can be greatly accumulated if it lands, but can be guarded. So you have to be careful when to activate. So a little high risk, high reward there.
Worth it.
Unless you open them up with the first move and then just smack them with I'll Show You.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Pushing to get.
I mean, Halibel's cool. We all love Halibel. But the most important fucking thing about this is this basically confirms that we're going to get Starrk. It's like, it's hands down slam dunks.
How mad would you be if they
Dude, that'd be insane. That would be insane if they skip Starrk.
Well, they haven't even talked about Baragon.
Well, I think since there's 4 slots left. This was number 4. And then I think there's Baragon. There's Starrk, right? And then what's going to be the last one? It's going to be fucking Mugetsu Ichigo. I'm so confident. I'm so confident.
I'm going to counter and say it's not going to be Mugetsu Ichigo. It's going to be Admiral Seaweed, the best character in Bleach.
You think it's going to be something like that?
It would be so fucking sick if Admiral Seaweed is some sort of a secret character. That'd be so fucking cool.
It's going to be Chappie and Admiral Seaweed the whole time.
I'm down. Like, let's do it. Like, get a couple outfits in there, go wild. That'd be incredible.
Especially when...
So we were talking giant battles with like Yami versus Komamora's Bankai. I want tiny battles with small Admiral Seaweed versus Cone.
Cone's gonna get beat.
Yeah, it just zooms in really far. It's like, all right, go. Here you go. Enjoy. I'll be down. Throw those characters in there. I'll take a Cone character. I think you got to do Cone as either Cone's in Ichigo's body and we get basic school level Ichigo. I think that's the only thing that would make sense. Because I hate it. I'm thinking back to Soul Calibur. There was one Soul Calibur, I think it was GameCube, that had Yoda as a playable character.
No, that was 360.
360. Oh, 360. Okay, and what a piece of shit it was to fight Yoda in that game. That game,
he was so tiny. Yeah.
That game was not made to fight characters that little, and they just threw him in there. Half the attacks didn't work on Yoda.
So fucked up.
Like, and I'm no good at fighting games, so all I remember is if somebody picked Yoda, I'm crouching down, I'm slashing at their ankles constantly, just hoping for the best.
Feels like every single horizontal moved over Yoda's head, and he was immune to grabs.
Yeah, it was dog shit, but I don't want that in my game. But if we're gonna go and they like resize them or something, hey, fuck it, let's
That'd be hilarious. We get giant Cone.
That's why Buff Cone would work perfectly.
He would be
if they would just adapt Buff Cone.
Buff Cone is the next DLC character.
If we get Tessai, but he has the support characters come in like Jinta and Ururu.
Tessai would be cool. Tessai would be really cool. That's a great idea. Well, now
Tessai would point and
he just goes like
shoot the cannon.
So it needs to be Tessai like that, right? He's pointing to shoot the cannon. He's summoning all Jinta, Ururu, da-da-da. And then his awakening, he throws off his uniform and goes back into the turn back the pendulum.
Oh, yes.
And then he's pulling out like fucking next level Hados and Kitos out of nowhere. That's how I'd want Tessai to be in my game.
I love that. Someone put it in there. Battle Pass.
I think could easily do a battle pass for turn back the pendulum arc.
That would be so good.
And hopefully my boy Genrei gets in there.
Genrei,
the GOAT, dude.
No, Ashido.
Ashido would be cool. Ashido would be cool. But Genrei, let's just take some more old men,
What if you like have an arena where it's like Menos Grande all around you and then Ashido comes in?
That'd be sick. Some sort. I always kind of liked in Gears of War with the horde mode that they had, where you just like try to survive as long as you can, and they're coming in the windows and stuff like that. That was always kind of a lot of fun. It'd be cool to have something like that. The game's not built for it, but it'd be cool.
Someone mod it
like a stage, and it's just a ring made out of Minos.
Yeah, they're all
That'd be
just
cool.
slowly coming in.
Every time you get close, one of them stomps you and shoots you back to the other side.
Yup.
They
And
just
then
do a
at
little
some points, Vassal Lords come in.
That'd be cool.
Oh,
So anyway, Stark confirmed, basically. I'm 100%. I feel it in my bones. I would bet any amount of money that Stark's going to be in the game at this point if we got Halibel. The only thing that could have thrown me off is if they never announced any of the top three Espadas.
Yeah.
Then I would be shaking to my core.
I'd be upset.
I'd be like, dude, there's no way. There's no way that they're going to adapt all the way in and not give me the fucking Espadas. But here we are. We're good. Now, I think it does bode not well for any of the other Espada that we haven't seen so far. I think they're out.
Yeah, I mean, but no one really wants to play as the other ones, right?
Adenyeto. Hello, Jose. I mean, obviously we will pass.
Cayenne.
Well, there's Voss the Moss that loves Zomari. He loves Zomari.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Does
like
he?
his go. His day one ride or die is
Oh,
Zomari.
damn. Number 7,
So
right?
there is a fan for every character, Jose.
Yeah,
But
makes sense.
I think we're okay with not having Zomari in the game.
You don't like his release?
Well, I would like to do Zomari versus Byakuya. I think
That would
sick.
be
I
sick.
mean, I'm definitely gonna play as Byakuya because he's just fucking awesome. But still, I mean, we could do without Zomari.
okay, Sam, I got a question for you.
Okay, ready? Hit me.
Okay, so there's going to be alternate stories in this, right? Little side stories that aren't canon.
Yep.
Is there a world in which the side story is that Shunsui says, "Yeah, Stark, let's just kind of fuck around," and the two just drink while everybody else fights?
That is 100% totally a world that could happen. Pythes, how happy would you be if the alternative stories are just like actual recreations of your favorite Bleach Brave Soul side stories?
Oh, my God.
There's some really funny ones.
I know. How happy would you be? It's just like actually adapting that. Like, because I was thinking, I was like, maybe one of them is just start getting friends finally. Like, he just finally gets to have like a little party with all of his Espada people, invite Shunsui to have a good time, a total what if, and then wakes up and he's laying dead on the ground, just like about to bleed out. Game over.
No, he becomes the new lieutenant of Squad 8.
He takes over.
The dream. The absolute dream.
Wait, sorry, we're doing it like Masha. He becomes the super lieutenant.
Super lieutenant.
Yeah.
And Lilynette gets to be the super duper lieutenant.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
Yes. Yeah, I'd be down for any of that. I hope they do. It seems like they are going for a bit more of the fun route on the side story. So I there's a high chance that is a possibility.
Oh, I hope so. That sounds so fun.
I still say the worst part about Bleach filler is that it always follows the same characters. Just give me wacky side stories with the Espada. That's all I want.
Well, I feel like Bleach's strengths, right, is that the side cast is so strong. Like, everybody always brings up Bleach when it comes to, like, the female character design. And then we have all of these other characters where they joke, where it's like, oh, this is Ichigo with no hair. This is Ichigo with blue hair, whatever. But they're all really good characters. Really, really good. Where they can stand on their own. And I think Can't Figure Out World proved that easily.
100% it did.
Read a story about fucking
Shuhei.
Shuhei of all characters. So, I think they could do that easily. And I agree. Let's follow some of the other characters. Let's see what happens.
I mean, reminders that Can't Figure Out World made me care about Lil Toto as a cool character.
Do you think we'll see her again?
No.
Yeah, I think she's gone.
You think they're done?
Yep.
I think she's cool, but I don't think they like her that much.
They said, fuck the Bambis, they're done.
Pythes is on his own. It's over.
Hey, listen, I got more than I expected out of the anime, so I'm happy. I will buy the shitty figure when it comes out.
All right, well, let's move on to the next Bleach game, which is a mobile game, Bleach Soul Resonance. So I think last time we talked, just to make sure we went over it, they kind of decided, hey, actually, there's not going to be any global entry for this beta, unfortunately. But there's still a way for you to get into the Chinese beta, and that's like you have to sign up for Chinese TikTok. We talked about it a little bit last time. So that's the only way. They're not going to do global entry anymore. Before they kind of teased, it was like, oh, there will be some way for you guys to get global access. They pulled back on that. It's like, actually, it's not going to
They said it was too much.
It's like, psych, sorry. So since then, we have gotten so many images of fights, cutscenes, not so much images of like the menus or anything like that. So you're not getting anything there, but we've got Ichigo gameplay. We've got a trailer with scenes from the anime. So they're going hard on the anime. They're even playing the music from the anime, which is really cool. We have Ichigo versus Byakuya. We have Kisuke versus Ichigo way back then. We have images of Ichigo with his little half hollow mask when he first got it with Urahara. It's so much stuff that has been posted about this game because obviously the beta is coming up super quickly. So I think they're getting ready to just like all of it's going to be out there. So the beta is actually from March 13th to March 27th. So it'll be for 2 weeks. But when that's happening, I mean, the floodgates are literally open. You're going to find so much footage of it. It's going to be fucking everywhere.
It's so good.
Anything that is in that game, they have already given permission to post footage about it and everything. So it's going to be everywhere. You're going to see this game. So it's going to be interesting because March 13th, this is going to come out, right? And then March 20th is when the Bleach Rebirth of Souls comes out. So you'll have a week of just one game, and then you'll have a week of overlap with both Bleach games out.
That's right.
That'll be really cool.
So confirmed, not dead.
Yeah. No, like 100%
Totally.
confirmed, not dead. They're going crazy now, which is good. We'll take as much Bleach games as we can. A lot of people are comparing the two and saying that the mobile game looks better. I think they have their strengths. And obviously, I think in motion, the Bleach video game Rebirth of Souls looks very good. Just the cutscenes have they shown that they're not the greatest in Bleach Rebirth of Souls. Meanwhile, the cutscenes in Bleach Soul Resonance, the mobile game, looks very good.
Damn. Okay.
Looks very, very good. So I think that's where people are kind of poo-pooing on a lot of that stuff. But it's okay. It's all right. We can have two different games. We can survive.
We can still love it.
I do think as a Bleach community, we need to be supporting both.
That's true. We had Bleach Brave Souls for 10 years.
Yeah. I mean, and we rallied around that shit forever. So it was nonstop, all Bleach Brave Souls. We killed it. We did it. We did the thing. Now we have two actual video games from two actual companies. So we need to make sure that we actually support it. I have no doubt in my mind that we will. I just hope that Bandai Namco supports it, not like what happened to Multiverses.
Yes.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Yeah, never played it once.
I don't think I played it
I don't
once
think we played
either.
it.
I think Danny played it, and then a couple of friends I knew online were also playing it, but it burnt out so quick. It was everywhere when it first came out. Like, everybody was so, because that came out, and then that Nickelodeon Smash Bros.
Oh,
game
that's
came out,
right.
almost at the same exact time. And the Nickelodeon Smash Bros. Game, I guess, had some, like, actual fighting game, old school developers working on it. So the combos and stuff were really good in the Nickelodeon game, but it was not made well. It was low budget. It wasn't the greatest, so that flopped. And then Multiverse had a high budget, looked incredible, ran really slow, and it was like everybody kind of moved kind of slow. You could occasionally get a good combo off, but it wasn't like fast moving like Melee or Smash Bros. Or anything like that. And now, with the game literally ending, they put out a final patch. They sped all the characters up. They all move super fluid now. Everybody's like, what the fuck? Like, where was this game when the game was still live? Like, oh, sorry, enjoy it. You have a month or something until the server shut down, then you go and play offline.
That sucks.
Yep.
Is there local?
There is local multiplayer that you can play, but it is the online portion will shut down. It's over.
From what I understand, like, people liked the game because it wasn't Smash, because it was a slower, easier, less combo heavy game.
Mm-hmm.
It was your fun alternative. Rest in peace. I know people liked it.
Yeah, it had a very solid fan base, but I just think it just never took off. And I think it dying once already and coming back, it just never regained the steam from that.
Big rip.
Before we get too far from Bleach Rebirth of Souls, I've been talking about this for a little bit. John, and I believe his name is Jojikus in the Discord, they have been working on a Bleach Rebirth of Souls website for a very long time, trying to create the wiki for the game, basically. Like, this is where you would go to get all of your knowledge, to learn all the characters, see all the stats, to get the tips, the new videos, everything like that. The website is live now.
That's impressive.
So it is officially live. I've been given permission to shout it out. So it is resourceofsouls.com, and there's dashes in between. This says resource-of-souls.com. So Rebirth of Souls, resourceofsouls.com. That will take you to the website. It looks incredible. It looks really good. They did a really, really good job. John was telling me, like, it was ready for launch a few days ago. Then he had to redo all the videos and put them up as before. It was a whole thing. John is a madman and works so hard on all this stuff.
So is he going to be updating it as it's coming out?
It's going to update as it comes out. Any new information, any new
way.
trailers, any new move sets, all of that's going to go up on there. It looks really, really good. They did a great job. They still have a couple of things that they're working on, but please check it out. Support the boy John. I mean, I'm showing it to Jose here, and I mean, it's official. It looks really good. Yeah, this is the mobile version. They got a mobile version. They got a website version. Jose, they got all of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They don't mess around. So, and if you look under the creators tab, you'll see a familiar face on there on the website. So there you go. Enjoy. Huge shout out to them. John has been posting nonstop in the Discord with updates for our community as well with Rebirth of Souls news. He's coordinated 2 different tournaments that are happening. He's really been putting his heart and soul into this. I've been talking with Joji every once in a while, but I'm not as familiar with Joji. I'm sorry. So, shout out to Joji as well. But John's my boy. He's been helping out a lot. We did have someone in the Discord try to post like more kind of suspicious links, and John nuked him from Oblivion before I even saw it. So
nice.
Shout out to John. Check out resourceofsouls.com with the dashes, of course. I'll put the link in the description for you guys. Bookmark that shit because that's going to be the go-to website for when the game comes out. And as we get more and more trailers, they'll have it all there for you, and you won't have to search the internet.
John did share me some in-development pictures, and I was like, you are insane. So I am now begging the people making Rebirth of Souls, please be good. Don't waste John. Don't waste John's effort.
Mm-hmm. Now, there's 3 questions for this week's Club Outside. One of them you guys might have seen because it was floating around the internet everywhere, and everybody was saying, like, what a stupid question to ask. But it relates a little bit to Camp Your World. I get why it was asked. It's just a classic kind of like, obviously that happened. So let's start off with the obvious one that everybody's been talking about. And the question was, Aizen suffered quite the injuries in his battle against Yhwach, but was he properly healed before being re-imprisoned? I'm really worried about his body. And Kubo just goes, Aizen's injuries heal automatically, which we knew.
Mm-hmm.
We knew that was the case. We saw it happen during the battle. I guess in that logic, maybe they thought he didn't have that power anymore after fighting Ichigo. So I don't know, but I feel like that was pretty set in stance. Everybody was clowning that answer all week on social media. But I can see it. Just I think people are upset that Kubo would answer that question. You know,
yeah, I guess so.
we get 3 in a week, and he picks one about like, oh yeah, that was like pretty clearly stated in there. You know,
What
And
was
it's
it? What was one of the questions that was asked? Like, what's this character's type? And he goes, I can't tell you that because everybody else will ask, but he'll answer this one.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. He answered one about Quilge as well. The question is, I'm so happy to be able to see Quilge move and talk in the anime that I rewatch his scenes daily. That is fucking concerning.
Daily?
That is really concerning that he resonates with Quilge. Now a question about him. Yhwach says that Quilge's Shrift ability can only be broken through by Quincy's, but wouldn't that mean that it's completely useless against them? He says, also, are the rules imposed by this ability derived from Quilge's own personality, Quincy's supremacy, and ideology? And Kubo says, you're right on both fronts.
Okay.
Of course.
So, there you go. Kubo's just like, hey, great lore. We're going to take that. Perfect. Done and done.
Love it.
It's just a classic at this point. I would be very concerned if someone's telling me they rewatch the Quilge scenes every single day. I'd be like, man, I mean, a little bit of a red flag on the radar for that one.
I mean, Kyuge's cool, but he's not everyday kind of cool.
I mean, he's literally racist. So that's red flag number 1 I'd be concerned about. But I guess he's imaginary racist because we don't have Quincy's in real life. So
kind of like our Mr. Robo racist.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck them
Similarly to somebody else on this call.
Fuck them robots.
yeah.
We don't know who it is. How do you feel about those Tesla robots, Pythes?
Oh, they gotta go.
Have you seen? I don't know if this is real. Okay, so I don't want to spread misinformation, but
But you're gonna do it anyways.
I'm gonna do it anyways. I saw a video of what looks like a robot with a synthetic skin thing over it.
Ew.
It was like wriggling around, and I was like, "Oh, Pythes would hate this."
That's gross.
Oh, was it like hanging off of some wires and its skin was completely white?
Yes.
And I was like,
Yeah.
oh man, fuck the future.
So here's the funny part. My wife finished Full Metal, so she got to the part where the what was it, like the homunculus army comes out.
Yeah,
and she's like, that's what that reminded me of.
The
And I was
Cyclops
like, please don't
bastards.
say that.
So I have one more question to go over, and then let's talk about what your wife thought about Full Metal for the first time ever. This is a quickie. The question is, in Bleach, rainy weather is often depicted in a memorable way, but Kubo-sensei, in what kind of a day-to-day situation do you like the rain? Personally, I love the sound of rain while sitting in a car during the night with the engine turned off. He goes, actually, I prefer sunny weather. So funny, dude. He's so funny.
Oh, damn,
this
that's
guy
hilarious.
was probably like, dude, Kubo always uses the rain. I know he loves the rain. I'm gonna ask him this like connecting question, like, where do you like to listen to the rain? Like, you gotta love it. It's in Bleach all of the time. Like, it's such a theme. Actually, I like it when it's sunny. Thank you.
I like the sun.
I would be crushed if I asked that question.
Imagine him going, I like everything but the rain.
Yes. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
I'm just imagining.
Like, thank you, Kubo.
I'm imagining because it's me, right? Like, all right, I am cooking. I have rewrote this question 19 times. I got it perfect. Kubo's about to drop some lore. Nah, not really a rain guy.
And like he purposely was like, hey, I personally really like to listen to it in the car with the engine off. Like, that's my favorite time to hear the rain. I actually fucking hate that, you loser. I was like, okay. Like, shit. Thank you.
So now I'm picturing young Kubo drawing Bleach, and he's like, how do I represent that Ichigo's having a bad time? And it starts storming. He goes, fucking rain. Oh, idea.
Yeah, I feel like that is accurately what happened, but those are the questions for this week that we got from Klub Outside. So did you learn anything new there? The answer is no, but I mean, they were interesting to talk about, and we went away with a little funny from Kubo being an asshole.
Hilarious.
So.
Kubo's the best.
Kubo's just like that guy that is like unintentionally really funny.
He's such a troll.
Mm-hmm.
He is absolutely a troll. And you know what? I'll throw in my 2 cents. I like the sound of rain hitting a tin roof.
Ooh, okay. I kind of get what you mean with that. I prefer just hearing it when it hits the window and stuff like that, and the little drips.
That's sick.
Or thunder. I love sleeping when there's thunder.
Thunder's, yeah.
Oh, so
tin
good.
Roof reminds me of my childhood.
Poor Pythes. I meant poor as in like, oh, you poor thing under a tin roof, not so much like you poor bitch. Like, all right, just want to qualify it. Yeah, I know. You were probably living the dream. It sounds like.
I was only there for 3 days.
Short-lived childhood, only 3 days, huh?
Okay, well here's story time with Pythes. So my family is and has always been poor as fuck, but there was a really sick outlet mall in Atlanta, Georgia that sold stuff for dirt cheap. So we'd always take a trip down there right before like school started to just pile on the clothes. And while we were there, we'd just take a trip over the next day to Alabama to visit some relatives, and we would stay at their house. And they had the tin roof. So it would rain and we'd be like, man, this sounds really cool. I'm like 95% sure that house was fucking haunted.
Dude, okay, so
something happened
this morning, Jose. So get this shit, okay? I'm getting ready for work really early in the morning because I did a back-to-back today. So I worked PM last night. I immediately worked the AM in the morning. So I have to get up at like 5:30 in the morning.
Jesus.
So I'm getting up at 5:30. I got off work at 10:30 last night. So how to be there 5:30. So I'm getting up, I'm grabbing my work clothes, and I grab my work shoes because they're like heavy, like Doc Martens. Mm-hmm. So I'm taking them to the other room in the office so that I can get my shoes on. And my fiance wakes up probably like 30 minutes after me. So I'm letting her sleep in the dark, and we have a camera in our room. But it's a really shitty old camera. I've been meaning to take it down. But it makes this noise every time that it sends this. Then it goes like chink, like
a click?
like it's turning on almost, like clink, clink. And so I'm in the other room. All of a sudden, I'm putting on my shoes. I'm like literally getting ready to walk out the door. My fiance's calling me. I'm like, oh, that's weird. She calls me. There's a ghost in the room. I'm like, oh my God. So like I fucking walk over. I'm like, the light's on now. Like she's sitting up in the bed. I'm like, what's up? What's going on? And she's like, you left and everything was all dark. The camera just started flicking like over and over again. Oh God. Yeah. And she was like, can you check the video? I was like, so I looked. I don't know why I was doing that. I think there was maybe like a fly or something that got in there and kept flying in front of the
ghost.
In front of the thing. But yeah, it's a ghost now. So now she is deathly scared that we have a ghost in our room because the camera was like going ape shit, like a Paranormal Activity or something.
Oh God. No.
Yeah. So that's how my morning. I was like, it's okay. It's okay, you know. But I have to go. Right? Yes.
I'm just imagining Sam is the star of Paranormal Activity, but the ghost is just kind of chill. Like he shows up and he's like, "You guys got nice curtains," then fucks off, and she's like, "There's a ghost in here."
I'm like, no, it's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. He's friendly.
It's Casper. Tonight you should go to bed watching Paranormal Activity just to fuck with her.
It would just do me so much worse than any good it would do. Like, it would be funny in the moment. It would just ruin the next 3 days.
She would be like, I can't sleep.
Yeah, it would just be over.
My wife gets like that when she watches scary shit. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, she's like, can you go downstairs and check that you locked the front door? I'm like, it's locked. And she's like, no, do it again, though.
All right, well, speaking of your wife, Jose, give us the review. Fullmetal Alchemist, last time you were like halfway through, wasn't it? So you guys have zoomed through this series.
We had just gotten to Briggs.
Okay.
But since then, we binge watched the whole thing.
Okay. So we know you like it.
I love it, yeah. Yes. She really liked it.
Good.
And she was asking me a bunch of questions and stuff, and then I would catch her going like, so what happened to this character? Oh my God. Like, for some reason, she thought Lieutenant Brosh was funny.
Okay. That's
funny.
And she forgot that he had not seen Maria since her fake killing. So she's like, "Oh, that's sweet." Yeah. And then, but she did say she absolutely hates May's voice.
Oh, interesting.
Because we watched it in dubbed, and so she's like, "Oh, her high pitched voice is absolutely annoying." She loved Alphonse. She said Alphonse was probably her favorite character. Yeah. Towards the end, she was like, "Okay, I really like Edward a lot."
He's so pure, Alphonse.
Yeah,
he's such Alphonse. He's so pure.
I thought you meant Maze Hughes, and I was about to get mad.
No, not Maze. She did say Maze Hughes' part was sad, and she wishes that she would have watched the original first so that she could understand why I loved Maze Hughes
There's
so much.
There's so much missing from the new one.
Yeah, but that being said, she said that's fucked up, and she's like, they bring him up so much throughout the thing, throughout the whole series, as Sam mentioned last week.
Yeah, I think I personally think, and when I watched my fiance, it still does a good job of getting you connected to Hughes, and it kind of does a really good job after the fact too, where you kind of see like, man, Hughes was this good guy.
He was
that
a
was like
good-hearted
in the
person.
middle, because the more you learn about this shitty Central, they keep going back to Hughes, and it's like, damn, Hughes was a good guy during all
Yeah.
this. So they keep honing in on it. And like same thing, there's a part where the boys go back for the very first time, and I don't think they knew that Major Hughes was dead.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when they go back, my wife was so sad. She was just like, oh. She's like, I feel bad for him. She's just sitting there going like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
She's not really letting her emotions show, but she's like, I could tell she's really into it because she would be like watching and then she'd be like, go to the next one quickly. She loves greed.
Oh yeah.
Specifically greed, not necessarily Lao. She does, or
Ling.
not.
Well, R.I.P.
Ling.
So.
But you know, she loves Ling. She was a little confused about the Führer part when the whole the thing explodes, and she's like, "He's not dead, is he? He can't be, right? They didn't write him off like that." I'm like, I don't know. Watch it. Next episode, you see him walking by the streets.
sick.
If she's that, if she was that into it, man, he can't be dead.
Yeah, because we were just like, we were watching like 4 episodes a night, so we were going through them really quickly.
And then you get to see the coolest scene in the show.
Oh, when he takes out the tank.
Said, why would I go in through the back? It's my house. I'm going in the front door. Fuck your tank.
Yeah, that shit was gnarly. She felt a little bad for Envy when he was getting torched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, oh yeah, get him, and then she's like, oh wait, he needs to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Which is that because like
But-
at that point in the show, every single person is on the fuck Envy train. He sucks, and by the end, you're like, ooh, okay, maybe chill a little bit.
Yeah. So she's like, oh, I was starting to. She didn't originally like Mustang.
Mm-hmm.
She grew to like him, and then was like, oh, he's being such a dick to Envy. He needs to stop. And then afterwards, she's like, oh, okay, that's really cool the way they did it.
Envy says, "Fuck it, I'm out."
And
Does she have a favorite part?
I forgot to ask her which is her favorite part, but she was really like astonished as to like what's next. Father is already powerful. What more can he do? What does he need these sacrifices for? And then when she realized that Mustang was sacrificed against his will, she was like, fuck, this thing's gonna get crazy right now. At the end of the whole series, like, you know, when they showed the picture with Ed and the kids and stuff, she's like, wow. Just sat there going, wow.
What did she think of Lady Armstrong?
Oh, she loved her.
Good.
She's just like, cool, a badass bitch.
My fiance really liked their sensei. Their sensei
Oh,
and the
Fu?
husband. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Fu is so cool.
No, not Fu.
Izumi.
Izumi. Yeah.
Yeah, Izumi. That was my fiance. Loved Izumi.
She chuckled at any like Izumi reference, especially like the woman who came in and stole everything.
Yeah, so funny.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like the last thing that broke in was when this bear
Came in and stole all the food.
That's
Didn't
so
kill
funny.
anybody, but stole all the food.
Yeah.
She liked Buccaneer. She thought he was
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Oh, that's my boy.
She really liked Scar and Miles and how they ended up kind of being like, we got to work together
Very
to bring
cool.
our people back.
I think Miles has one of my favorite designs.
He does have a really sick design.
I think it's the shades. It's the shades and the fur.
That makes sense. I ended up showing her who the mangaka was, and she was just like, I did not know a woman wrote this. She's like, this is crazy.
She's just some lady from Hokkaido that knows a lot about cows.
Yep. Fucking badass. But yeah, overall, I think she gave it like a solid 10.
Okay, good. That's a great rating.
Yeah.
It's worth
'cause
it.
She liked Death Note, and Death Note was like her highest. And she's like, oh my God. She's like, I enjoyed both of these. Death Note for a specific reason, and Full Metal because it was like a full, like, great story all the way through. She's like, it was really well written.
Okay. Very good. Very good.
Oh, real quick, Sam.
Yes.
She has a student, and
Okay.
this student's father apparently watches us.
That is insane.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't understand. And I'm
How
like,
would she even know that, Jose?
so
How would she even know that?
the kids are constantly asking, like, he's like, is it true your husband does like YouTube videos and podcasts? And I explained it to her. I'm like, yeah, you can tell him, I guess it's fine. And she goes like, but she's like, yes, but it's more adult content in certain areas, blah, blah, blah. And then the kids can't spell. So
Okay,
they don't
good.
understand how to spell
So they
weeb
like
or
Pikes.
guild.
Yeah. Okay.
So she like writes it on the board, and they'll go and look at it. And some kid goes, dude, my dad watches them all the time. He's always watching the Bleach stuff.
I would like to apologize for our content that you watch in front of your kids.
Apparently they love it, and then they're like, oh, do they have stickers or anything? So they've been begging for stickers lately.
Okay. Well, remind me. I have a bunch.
All right, cool.
Okay, well, before we go any further, let's just take a quick break here. We still have to talk about the art exhibit. We still have to talk about Asnot versus Ulquiorra. We still got to talk about Kubo's voice acting. But let's thank our patrons really quick. Thank you guys so much for all your support recently. It has been absolutely incredible. Firstly, I would like to directly correlate this. You guys supporting us on Patreon. It should be out by the time this video comes out. But the long-awaited top 10 reasons why Bleach has aged poorly video that Python and I did months ago should be out It should be officially out. So check it out if you haven't already. If you're listening to this on the audio podcast, check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/weebsguild. It should be there in all of its fully edited glory, which is nutty. So definitely check that out. And that is purely thanks to you guys and the extra support you guys have been giving us, that we're able to actually get a very cool editor to do that for us. Speaking of, let's give a special shout out to our captains and beyond at this point. So starting from the bottom as always, thank you so much to Peavy, Matilda, Rizix, Veronica Bermudez, Pickle Rick, Sarah Berry, Aether Paradox, Head Captain and Bount Chilsey, also Chad Zabuelo, Braxton, Diego Ace, Rustin Pierce, Tribber Rule. And then we have John as a member of the Espadas. And then our last member of the captains. This is the full name, by the way, that has been changed again because Chilsey's an asshole. My name is Sam, and Shunsui earned his win against Stark fair and square in their perfectly honorable fight. Chilsey's the best. And our last supporter and second member of the Espadas, Rolando A. Ramirez. Thank you guys for your support, and F yourself, Chilsey.
Hello, you Chilsey. It's so funny.
So speaking of Chilseys, we have a couple of the Seireitei Times, which is very relevant to what we were talking about here. If you guys didn't know, there was a murder that happened in the Weebs Guild community just recently.
Say it ain't so.
It is very so. Now, let me hit you with the very first one. I've only collected 4 articles here. He's been popping off. By the way, Seireitei Times has their own Instagram now.
This is true. Check them out.
So I will put that in the link, or that link in the description as well. So the first one is titled Sam's Conscious, which, who knows, maybe I murdered somebody. But it says the voices inside of Sam's head are beginning to lead him back into a life of crime. Will he listen to the right voice, or will history repeat itself? And it's a picture of Jose, you're my good angel. And it says, save the people in the building, Sam. And then Pythes is my evil devil. And it says, shoot mustard gas in there too. And it's a picture of a burning building, and then next thing you know, there's gas clouds everywhere in the building. So it says the answer is no, and the mustard gas fused with the fire to create an unstoppable flame tornado compromised of deadly toxins. So it's going crazy. Now the next issue is going to blow you guys away. It's going to absolutely blow you guys away. Nathaniel murders Pythes. Yep.
I thought we were boys, Nathaniel. I thought you were wearing a mitt. Why would you do this to me?
So it says Nathaniel has recently gone on the attack after getting a taste of Momo's blood. His thirst for more drove him to commit the ultimate taboo, murder Pythes. We are debating which method to use to bring Pythes back, Dragon Balls or transmutation. And it says also shout out to Disco Dragon for his amazing depiction of Grimjo Jaggerjack's spotted number 6. And there's a cute little picture there, Grimjo Jaggerjack.
I love it. He's on the scratching post.
Yeah, so it looks beautiful. Now,
if I had been alive for this, I would have voted transmutation, but I had no choice.
So now this is the answer. How is Pythes here if he was murdered? Mm-hmm. So there's an article, New Beginnings. Firstly, a shout out. Plus, she got a job today. She's very excited about a new position and an opportunity at a new start for the squad and for Momos everywhere. Because if you remember, she was the one that's raising Momos to go play Let's Create an Oaken or whatever the game was called. So congratulations to Plushie on the new game or the new job. And congratulations on the Let's Make an Oaken. I hope the game's a lot of fun. So in other news, after Nathaniel murdered, this is all caps, murdered Pythes, we have officially decided on how we would have wanted to bring, or how he would have wanted to be brought back. So we introduced the new Saber class servant Pythes, and it's a picture of Pythes' little OC frog on a mic being summoned. So congratulations on the Saber class, Pythes.
Thanks. So I disputed that shit
because you're a Lancer supporter, right?
He's a Lancer supporter.
I like the class. I think it's cool. Just go read it. There's more in there.
Well, here's the next update, which you might not have seen yet, Pythes.
Mm-hmm.
It says, after luring Pythes into a false sense of security, the man with the question shanks Pythes, resulting in his second death today. And here we go, Pythes. This is for you. After complaining about his previous resurrection, we have opted to bring back the self-declared robo-racist back as a cyborg. This time as the ultimate form of irony. That's what you get for bitching, Pythes.
Oh, no.
Did I not say that I would fuse with Android 17 to make my robo-racism stronger?
Okay, well, you're halfway there now. Yeah. You're halfway there.
You're not. This just made me more powerful.
Now, I do want to give a shout out.
Does he look like a robot in that
picture?
picture?
I'm going to describe the image for you right now. What he looks like, Jose. He is the frog image, and his body is fused with the dome of the microphone. He has 2 AA batteries that are in his back. He is on a tripod with wheels on each of the legs of the tripod and a direct TV satellite dish coming out of his head. So he's become an unstoppable machine.
I really like that. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very proud. I can bring my racism into a new world.
Chilsey has been working very, very hard because there was also another video which I thought was worth. He made another video of me giving an Ulquiorra speech about how, like, don't say anything. And so at one point I'm Ulquiorra. The other part I am Homelander.
I was gonna say.
Then I swapped to Sid. And then there's a bunch of people in the cage. Josh, George Washington, Tite Kubo, Santa, Goku.
Why
I have
are you
trapped
all
in the cage. Jose, I couldn't tell you. I've trapped them all in there. I think I'm going to murder them all. I have Mr. Beast trapped in a bird cage with glass all around it. So he's trapped. He has nowhere to go. And then meanwhile, I'm giving the Orihime speech, I think is who Ulquiorra is giving this to, telling her to come with him. Don't say anything but yes. We got to fuck off. Beautiful work from Chilsey as always. He's an absolute madman.
I want to thank Chilsey's real quick. My baby, she started to walk.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's
she walks
huge.
now, she's a toddler.
Okay.
I'm such a proud dad.
Well, beautiful. If you guys are watching and you want to either join the fun, all of the captains have been recruiting lieutenants in the Discord as well. They've been going absolutely mad ape shit. So if you want to join the Discord and be part of all the fun and see the up-to-date Weebskill Times, the videos that get posted, the Rebirth of Souls news that John's constantly working on, you want to join the tournaments, we have so much fun in that Discord. It's so active. It is really a good time. Oh, speaking of, by the way, before we go too far, firstly, join the Discord in the link in the description. After I told that story of me getting hit in the head by that plank, did you see the images they were creating?
Yes.
Dude.
No, what happened? What I missed?
Plank, you didn't see Plank, he got the Medal of Honor?
The Presidential Award of Medal of Honor. So someone photoshopped a picture of Obama putting a medal on somebody, and it's the plank of wood is the head. And then another guy, I believe it was Rule, he goes, oh yeah, I served with that plank of wood.
Yeah, he served with him.
An army guy and his friend next to him, the plank of wood in an army uniform.
Oh, okay, that's what that. Okay, so just to let you know,
yeah, that's what that is.
We have the Bankai and the Shikai of Plank of Wood.
Yes, yes.
Okay, hold on. Before we go there, if you guys want to join the Patreon, patreon.com/weebsguild, we appreciate the support that you guys can give us there. We have tiers as low as $5, and we have the Visor tier that's available. We have the Espada tier that's available. There's a lot of cool stuff there. Check it out. Pythes, let's go into some Zanpakutos here.
I just posted them on Instagram. Plank of Wood is up first because of course it is.
All right, so here's a Plank of Wood who is the guy who absolutely roasted me. I give a nice little scar on my forehead. He says, hello, I thought I'd drop by and share what my Bankai is with you. Its name is Samuzu Tiazo Ingurishu Shipping, which roughly translates to sip it on Sam's tears. It has the power to make Sam cry no matter where I am or what the circumstance is. And it's a picture of the plank of wood with a wooden sword in front of the White House and me crying. And Pythes goes, what does the Shikai do? And it says, for a split second, it makes Sam believe he grew a hair, and then tears that hope away just as fast. And there's apparently a second effect to the Bankai. Are you guys ready? He can also remove the hilt, and the Bankai can cast spells because it becomes a wand basically at that point. The only two spells I use is diffuse mustard gas, and the other one is similar to Thor and Mjolnir, but instead of the hammer tracking to his hand, it's me hurling into Sam's forehead.
Oh my god.
And he just wanted a plank of wood. Also just want to do a little shout out right at the end there. Also, I don't know who this Chilsey person is, but he sounds trustworthy and pure. So just a little shout out there.
Plank of Wood is my hero.
A plank of wood is many people's hero, apparently.
You know what's crazy though? I think plank of wood was also in Japan, Sam.
You think? Oh, you think so? That's where I was getting hit from all that time I was walking around. Damn, that's crazy. That goes way. He's been hunting me forever.
He's been hunting you down.
Yes.
Just the phrase. By the way, also can diffuse mustard gas.
He uses a fan. He just pulls out a giant fan.
Yeah.
Oh, that fucking killed me.
All right. Well, we also have Pickle Ricks. Pickle Ricks is firstly is Dakuama. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And it says the Shikai is where his sword and my right arm transform into a sword that looks similar to Dragon Slayer from Berserk, and my right arm is covered in a full arm gauntlet. And the sword is very dense and heavy, which makes it very hard to block or parry. I'm also able to manipulate and use the dark or shadows to teleport, as well as use a tool or weapon to assist me. Okay.
That's sick.
So kind of gutsy, but he can teleport through the shadows and stuff like that. So he's very dangerous. I feel like that makes him very fast and very slow attacking, which is probably pretty dangerous. Because you fuck up one time, you're just going to get eradicated.
Yup.
This whole thing is just a Dark Souls boss.
The Bankai, Dakuama, Ibinto Horizon. In my Bankai, I don a full suit of armor, which boosts my stats drastically, and shadows will collect around me and become ultra dense, mimicking the effects of a black hole. So anyone that is near me will not be able to escape, and I still retain the abilities of my Shikai. I'll then just get a buff, allowing me to use my abilities as a much higher degree of power. So he basically boosts his stats, boosts himself because there's now shadows everywhere, and there's a black hole sucking you towards him so you can't escape anymore.
Damn.
Promised Consort Radon.
Dude, that's so cool, though. I love the whole...
I mean, Jose started clapping halfway through the fucking description.
It's cool.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Jose, when are you going to play Elden Ring?
Oh, I don't know if I want to rage. I already rage at Marvel
it's so
Marvel
fun,
Rivals.
Though.
I know.
Get Danny. Danny will take you through it, I guarantee.
Well, me and Giga Chat are playing Rivals right now.
Next, we have Plushie. And Plushie, I believe we covered last time, but now he's back with the Bankai. Is that correct?
Yeah, just this. Yeah, with the Bankai, because we didn't know what the Shikai did. It was just, this one had no description.
Oh, okay. Perfect. So the Bankai is Test Bosque de Esteli, which means Forest of Obsidian in Spanish. Mm-hmm. And he says, if you ever seen the Tangled, the series, it's based on those sharp rocks that appear, and it also appears in Mesoamerican afterlife mythology, where souls have to walk over sharp rocks in order to pass on to the next test. With the swing of the Bankai, obsidian trees grow to try to stab and pierce the opponents. They can also be used for defense to create a maze, and creatures start appearing as the forest gets denser. Bankai form is an actual weapon called a mock. I'm not going to be able to pronounce this. That's what Jose. That's it. That was good. That was really good. What Jose said is what it's pronounced. And he also says, tell Sam that he's correct. Esteli is a city in Nicaragua. It's the country my family's from. And he says that he didn't know he was supposed to DM Pythes. So he was busy protecting. He's busy doing a project with the Momo children. So he was very busy.
Very busy. I could see.
Pythes follows up, and because he mentioned that there's creatures that spawn inside the forest. And he says, so what do the creatures do? Are they used for offense? Or are they harmless until Bankai? And he says that they're harmless and they can be spirits of the animals.
Oh,
that's
sick.
Cool. That's cool. I like the theming of that one a lot. I think the theming of plushies is very neat. Very I
like
cool.
it a lot.
And it's not super broken. Looking at you, Pickle Rick. Not that it's not cool, but it's very, very cool. And I like the theming of it. That it could be used for defense. It could be a maze. It has little creatures that come around that are like the little creatures from the forest. Cool. I
like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I still say Diego Aces is my favorite with the sword in the book. I'm still jealous as hell that I didn't think of it. But this is a very close number 2.
I love Pickle Ricks because it's straight up some aesthetic that I would do.
Like it is. It is. Jose.
Just like the gauntlet. I was like, dude, that's so cool. And then gets the full suit of armor. I'm like, that's it.
Yeah.
That's
Jose
me.
would have created that one.
100. I would have done something like that too.
When are you gonna go read Berserk? It's just your aesthetic.
I don't want to hurt though. I don't want to hurt anymore.
But
after I read Goodnight Poon Poon, I don't know, man.
Oh, that shit was sad.
That hurt me.
Yeah.
That and. I bring this up all the time, but you know, my favorite movie to cry to is I Want to Eat Your Pancreas.
Dude.
Oh, that one's rough.
Dude. I have never sobbed so hard at the halfway point of a movie. Or I guess the 3/4 point of a movie. Dude, that shit made my heart drop. That was crazy.
Finding out the climax of it, that one part where he goes, can I cry now? I'm like,
yeah, that's fucked up.
Hey, speaking of sad, have you guys seen Godzilla -1 yet?
I did see it.
I haven't.
You did? Oh, okay, so no spoilers for Sam because you got to see it at one point. When she says, "Is your war finally over?" I just broke.
I was just sitting there mostly in shock, being like, damn, dude.
Yeah, such a good movie. Also, I can't watch Summer Wars anymore.
Summer Wars is good. Really good.
That movie's really, really fire. And then my grandma actually died, and I'm like, I can't watch this anymore.
Okay. Okay, well, let's hop back over to a couple more Bleach things before we go to the captain's meeting after this. Kubo is doing voice acting auditions now. So he posted a comment on Klub Outside, and he said, today I have a voice acting audition for a job I absolutely can't talk about yet. And then he posted an update that it's over. He's tired, but it was fun. And he has another audition tomorrow also. And I thought this part was really funny because I didn't know this show even existed. He said, as soon as I got home, I watched the final episode of the Great British Sewing Bee Season 7. And seeing the original members reunite at the end always gets me.
Huh?
So it's like the Great British Bake Off, but for sewing. And
interesting.
Like, I had no idea that existed, but that is so Kubo.
That is the most Kubo thing I've ever heard.
It's right up It's up his alley, all the fashion and stuff.
Yeah. Which is so funny. He started typing, like, I saw it, and it's like, oh, great British. I'm like, oh, bake off. Nope, sewing bee. It's like, the fuck? I have never heard of that before, but not shocked it in the slightest.
We got to watch it now, see what it is.
Have you guys ever followed, like, Hideo Kojima's Twitter?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, every other day, he's like, I went to go see a movie in theaters. And then you can tell if he liked it or not based on whether it has a review after it. Like, Godzilla Minus One had, like 80 paragraphs, and he was just like, I went to go see a Marvel movie. That was the tweet.
That was it.
Kubo's like, I watched sewing. I believe it.
You probably saw Captain America.
Probably.
How crazy would it be to be watching an anime and you just have no idea that you're listening to Kubo's voice? Like, wouldn't that be just
that would be
weird?
so insane.
Like, not.
I don't know what he sounds like.
Yeah, now that I think of it, I don't think I've ever really like listened to him during an interview or anything.
We've seen interviews with him before, and he's obviously he talks for a lot of the live streams and things like that. But I would not be able to pick his voice out of a crowd. So I could watch a whole show, and he gets to the end. It's like, by the way, Tite Kubo. I'd be like, whoa, blown away.
Mind.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the question: is he going to go under his real name, or is he going to do a pseudonym, a fake one?
That is a good question because I feel like Tite Kubo, the artist, he would want to do kind of like a J.K. Rowling and like go underneath a fake name and just because he wants to earn it, But also, if you're Tite Kubo, I think they're gonna give you whatever voice acting, at least a smaller one, whatever one you want, So which one do you go for?
Still, it's gonna be so fun.
Is he gonna be good?
I think he could.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like being so voice actor adjacent for so long now, I feel like you would pick up at least a little bit of like how to do it. Even if you're not the one doing it, you would be better than the average person.
I mean, they let Ronda Rousey voice in Mortal Kombat.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was Sonya Blade in Mortal Kombat 11, and she was garbage.
Oh.
Watch her not act for the whole game.
Last Bleach thing, the 20th anniversary art collection is coming to New York. It's coming to a place called Usagi New York Gallery from March 6th until March 9th. So that's literally just a weekend, Thursday to Sunday in 2025. You have to make a reservation to go. Well, actually, they do walk-ins, but if you make a reservation, then you get a postcard of some of the art from the exhibit. So this exhibit, Jose, I don't know if you realized it. I definitely didn't. This exhibit was the art that we were seeing when we went to the fireside chat.
Where
Bleach.
they had all the metal frames.
That is the exhibit, Jose. Like literally, that's it.
So we did see it.
Yeah, we saw the exhibit, the art. Obviously, the manga boxes that were out were part of the exhibit as well. That is what this is. They have made new art to bring to this one as well, and that's what the thing behind me is. I mentioned earlier in the show. But they did not give us postcards last time, which would have been cool.
Upsetting.
And some of the art, so they're like one of 20 prints that you could get, but do you remember how expensive they are?
Yeah, they were like thousands of dollars.
$4,000 for one print, $2,000 for another print, $1,800 for another print. And that's if you want one of the really big, large,
nice
like
ones.
The numbered ones. If you want the smaller ones, which they look almost like maybe like a portrait, $400. Yeah. Insane. Really, really insane.
So what we're saying is that it's going to be a tax write-off, right?
Yeah, we'll see. I'm seeing my tax guy this Wednesday, so I'll let you know if that's on the books.
You haven't done your taxes yet?
You have until April.
Yeah, you do have until April.
I just got my return.
I did mine the first. Actually, I did it on February 1st this time.
If it means anything, I've already done my fiance's and she's already got hers because I do her taxes. I'm just going to see a tax guy because I do want to ask about like, hey, like what write-offs could I be getting here? So normally I do it on my own and I get my money back and I call it that. But
so I've looked it up. Usagi, calm Japanese-inspired cafe and exhibition space featuring an art gallery, bookstore, and coffee bar.
Oh, that's cool.
So cool.
It is in Brooklyn, New York, and is rated 5 stars.
Ooh. If I wasn't afraid of flying right now, that would be so cool.
You already saw it.
I know, but like if I
there's new ones. So a couple of the new prints. There is a black and gold image of the Ichigo visored mask that's starting to slowly form. There is one called Pop Reaper, which is like a very vibrantly colored Rukia.
I like that a lot.
Like her little kind of snow outfit, I guess I would describe it, but it's in vibrant colors. Another one is just a lot of the word bleach graffitied all over. Then one is this chibi image of the visored mask right here. And then they have one more new one, which is a landscape one that is of the almighty Yhwach as ones as well. So those are the ones that are new to this experience. The other ones are the same ones that we already saw because I assume people have not bought all of them yet. The one that I really want is the Ichigo and the Uryu double print. That's $4,000, but I ain't got that kind of money in me, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Speaking of the print that's behind you, I just want to say I've been staring at that the whole podcast, and it looks like it is about to call me a slur.
So it's funny. The image for it is called PFP for profile picture. So it really PFP. Could. Now I want to preface this. Don't one of you guys go out there and be a joker and equip that PFP and start throwing slurs. Okay, that's not a free card that Python just gave you. But if you guys want to check it out, March 6th to the 9th, if you live in New York, which really I'm kind of bummed because it seems like New York has gotten way cooler Bleach stuff.
They've gotten so much cooler stuff.
When they had the fireside chat, they got the signatures also when it was up there. So we kind of have been boned here, but we did get it first, which I guess is cool in its own way.
But still,
get fucked, I guess.
I had to see an episode early.
I mean, yeah, we did. But I think they also got to see it early, but a day early.
A day early because we got to see it
because we saw it super early. We literally watched
Sunday.
We watched one episode, then immediately saw the next one. They had to wait till Friday or something.
Yep.
You got to see it a week early. Don't you complain? I had to wait.
Okay, I don't really have anything else. Pythes, did you have something you wanted to share on the actual podcast before we hop over to the captain's meeting?
I decided I needed a nostalgia trip, right?
Okay.
So I was like, how nostalgic do I want to go? And the answer is the 90s. And by the 90s, I mean I started watching the X-Files.
Oh, damn,
wow.
that's old. Okay.
I thought you were going to say X-Men.
That old show was still good.
Well, now they have the Disney Plus version of it, too.
I'll get there at some point.
So what's the review of the X-Files now that you're watching in the year 2025?
Well, I've only seen 2 episodes so far, and I'm really enjoying it. It's way faster paced than I thought, but there is a problem with it, and I can't stop. And the issue is that, I believe the show came out in 93. I was born in 92. So I am looking at shit and being like, why don't they just, oh yeah, right, that didn't exist yet. There's a scene in episode 2 where I forget the lead chick's name, and she's sitting outside holding a piece of paper. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, oh, it's a map. It's a real map. Because you couldn't just pull up your GPS in the 90s. GPS didn't exist. Also, pre-Austin Powers, Seth Green was in that episode.
Oh, that's
really?
Crazy.
Free 9/11 mention of Saddam as just a person. 5 out of 10 show so far. I'm having a lot of fun.
Okay, good.
There you go.
Good. All right. Well, let's head over to the captain's meeting. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We hope you guys enjoyed that episode. If you guys have any comments on anything, of course, do let us know. If you want to place any sort of a physical cash money bet that Stark's going to be in the game for Rebirth of Souls, also hit me up. Let me know. I'm down for that as well. That will be it in the captain's meeting. We're going to talk Ulquiorra versus Asnot. I have the first 4 Klub Outside questions that were ever asked.
Oh, geez.
We're going to go over that as well. So if you guys want to check that out, support us on Patreon. That content will be up there for you. And then if you guys want to see the new upload, it's on our YouTube. And if you want to check out the react to that video that we did with Pythes, that'll be up on the Patreon exclusive. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.